What I'd like to do in this video is to address a few questions you should be answering when it comes to the audio that is going to be associated with your video or your video projects. The first question, do you need audio? If you're going out and shooting B-roll, background footage, if you're going out and shooting a sports highlight, so you're going out and capturing a sporting event where you're going to put a couple highlight clips to a music track, you probably don't need any audio. And you don't need to spend time lugging around a microphone and planning for your audio. So you kind of need to know what your finished product is to look like and what kind of media needs to be associated with it. If it doesn't need audio, don't spend time worrying about it. Number 2 question, can your audio be taken care of completely in post-production? That kind of audio would be that music track that's in the background of your highlight video. That is something done in post-production. That is not something that we need to record audio for at the time of our video being shot. So that is a post-production video. An additional type of post-production video, the editing side, is something called a voiceover. And in a voiceover, you're basically trying to lay your voice or your audio track on top of the project that you've already edited together. And to do that, we have one useful piece of equipment. This is a blue snowball microphone. It is convenient because it's a USB microphone that we can use to plug directly into our computer. Right in Final Cut, we can record our voiceover, get some really nice audio quality out of a snowball microphone. One additional thing you should probably be aware of is if we're working in a lab full of people and outside noises that could be picked up on one of these microphones, you may need to change your location and move somewhere else that's a little quieter. To do so, we also have an iPad, which we can adapt to the USB port here, and we can record our audio files directly onto the iPad and then bring that back into your video project, and it avoids that background noise. You can go to a quieter place and you can edit that audio track using the snowball microphone right back into your video. So again, this is post-production audio, and it's a great way to get high quality audio right into your project, and it really doesn't take any audio during the actual recording of your video. Next is if we move forward to where we actually need to capture audio while we're recording our video. Interviews, scripted scenes where there are lines of dialogue. You need to capture that so that way it syncs up, or we have the ability to sync up our audio with our video. To capture audio in this situation, we have a few options, a few ways to go about capturing audio. And the first option I want to talk about is the use of a shotgun microphone. This microphone is directional, meaning as long as it's being pointed at the audience or at the target audio, it should pick it up and have a very nice high quality audio to go along with your video. What is also convenient about this style of microphone is that it has an XLR, a 3-pin rather heavy-duty connection to which we can run an XLR cable. And by plugging this in, we can get our video signal directly back to our camera. And we typically record our audio on the same camera we're shooting our video. To do that, this heavy XLR connection needs to get into your camera. And what we have here is a converter box that on the side of it, we have XLR connections, these larger 3-pin connections, and a 3.5 millimeter microphone jack that we can now plug into the side of our cameras in the mic port. Nice part about this converter box is we have audio levels that can be controlled right on the end of it, and also it has space for 2 separate inputs, XLR inputs. So a shotgun mic, as I mentioned, is one of them. Shotgun microphones, and you'll typically see this done when shooting scripted scenes is to get a little bit closer and a little bit better quality is you use this in conjunction with a boom pole. So a boom microphone is not the microphone. It is the attachment, the telescoping attachment, which allows us to extend out and get a little extra length. And again, this is basically any monopod in our case with the appropriate attachment at the end to hold the microphone. It allows us to now reach up over the scene and to drop our microphone in as close as possible to the audio we're trying to pick up. So we have a little bit better control of where we're targeting our microphone, and it still stays out of the shot, as in this case I'm holding it up out of the scene, and you're not able to, you should not be able to see your shotgun microphone when it's being used with a boom pole. So again, the boom is just the arm that increases your reach for the shotgun microphone. And again, this is an added accessory that you should be considering if you need to be picking up live audio. Shotgun microphone also comes in a smaller version. This shotgun microphone is designed to be mounted directly to your camera. These are good microphones for recording audio that is directly in front of the camera. So if you're recording an interview and you want to record the audio of one individual sitting directly in front of the camera, these microphones are great. Problem is, because it is typically camera mounted, unless you're directly in front of the camera, the audio can fall off, as these are very directional microphones. They're designed to record directly in front of them, and if the subject or the audio is coming off from one side or the other, the audio will fall off quickly. And again, one of those things you can use and will definitely increase the audio over the microphones built into the front of your camera, and we should be considering and planning them into our productions. As I mentioned, the small shotgun microphone is good for interviews. An additional way to get good audio for an interview is through the use of a lapel microphone. This is an XLR microphone as well, so this would plug into the same jacks that we were using earlier. But this is a wired microphone that we can run across to our subject and get a nice high quality audio pickup, and this can be hidden and be mounted rather discreetly to a seam of clothing, typically right along a button or zipper line or the edge of a jacket, the lapel of a jacket, hence the lapel microphone. And very high quality audio. If it's mounted about 6 to 8 inches from your mouth and it's pointed directly at the subject's mouth, you will get very high quality audio. And nice part about all of these microphone options is it should reduce the amount of background noise. Currently in this room, I can hear a fan running from the heating system. I can hear a hum from the light banks, and sometimes, and these computers are pretty quiet, but you'll also pick up noise from computers depending on where you're recording. So electrical background noise or interference is something we'll typically pick up if we're using camera microphones, and we can really reduce the amount of that which we are hearing when we're using a shotgun microphone, a lapel microphone, and again, the snowball in post-production. By having a designated microphone set up for the task at hand, you can really increase the audio quality you're setting up to receive. The microphone we typically picture when someone starts talking about a microphone would be a handheld microphone, and these are another option for recording your audio. Again, we have XLR connections on the bottom of this microphone. Currently, I'm not introducing anything wireless, but again, we can run a cable back and pick it up with our box and have it input into our camera using the 3.5 millimeter microphone jack. Another great source for audio. It is, however, handheld and obvious. So again, it needs to be used properly. It may detract a little bit from the appearance you're going for in your video if someone has to hold the microphone. And also, this microphone must be pointed at the source of your audio. So if you're interviewing somebody, you need to be very deliberate and practiced in getting the microphone pointed at your mouth to pick up your audio, and if you're asking a question of someone else, to pass it off with appropriate timing to your subject. This is something that we typically hear audio peaking and falling off because we are moving the microphone back and forth, and our timing between the two conversations, or the two halves of the conversation you're trying to capture, often will peak and drop off during this transition period. So again, not always the best microphone just because you need to be practiced in using it, but again, another option that you can use. So hopefully with that, I've addressed some common microphones. The most common microphone that I'm seeing great quality with is just taking most smartphones and going out and recording audio from an app that loads on most of these phones. I'm finding cell phones have very high quality microphones on them, as they're meant to communicate, make phone calls with. So what I've actually been doing, the entire audio portion of this video is being recorded on my cell phone, and you can see that it's currently recording. There's a red bar at the top telling me it's recording. And when I am done with this, I will just go and stop the recording, and it's upside down. I will stop recording and sync this up with the video, this external audio with the video that I'm currently recording when I edit this video.